Did you all witness what we did? The courtroom walls may still be trembling from the slap heard throughout hip-hop history. Jim Jones's mother open-handed Chrissy in front of the judge, cameras, and a room full of shocked onlookers. What caused this chaos? Oh, it was a small incident involving leaked tapes taken directly from Cameron's vault of receipts that revealed secrets so poisonous they could corrode a diamond grill. Now, tell me what kind of family reunion ends with lashes, threats, and legendary. This isn't just another day in Harlem drama. This is the implosion of a hip-hop dynasty. And boy, it's messier than a lace front in a thunderstorm. The rapper is dropping bombshells from the shadows, talking about betrayal, hidden agendas, and a courtroom showdown so wild that it's practically Love and Hip Hop Supreme Court edition. The real question is what Chrissy did that drove Mama Jones over the edge, and what exactly is hidden inside those tapes Cameron leaked at the worst possible moment. We're talking about a tension that has been building for more than 10 years. Jim Jones, Chrissy Lynn, and Mama Jones are not new to controversy. But this time it exploded in a setting no one saw coming. Inside a New York courthouse under oath, with lawyers ducking and scurrying. But before the slap, before the courtroom, gasps, and before Cameron became a one-man TMZ leak machine, drama had already been simmering like bad blood at a family cookout. When the court date was announced, Jim Jones's son was already in the news for allegedly assaulting Cameron, a former Dipset affiliate who is now a rival. That alone had the blogs working overtime. But just when you thought things couldn't get any worse, Cameron decided to post a mysterious Instagram story with the 3 words, "Check your girl," attached to a grainy screenshot of what appeared to be a voice memo between Chrissy and Ann behind the scenes. Jim's mother, the notorious Mama Jones, is already foaming at the mouth. If there's one thing she's made very clear over the years, it's that she never trusted Chrissy. Not when she proposed or when she moved into Jim's house. The unknown man implied cheating, lying, and double-crossing. Cam didn't name names, but the internet didn't need him to, and within hours, the Distracy tapes were trending on Twitter. And everyone from DJ academics to the Shade Room had their own conspiracy theories. Definitely not when Chrissy began to appear in Dipset business as though she had some sort of executive title. And now that Cameron was stirring things up and implying that Chrissy had been involved in some very shady side dealings, the courtroom was about to turn into a battlefield. The court session was meant to be a routine pre-trial hearing for Jim Jones's son. But as soon as Chrissy entered the room wearing oversized sunglasses, red bottoms, and her trademark frown, Mama Jones followed, dressed in what witnesses described as a funeral gown and retaliation energy, according to a source close to the courtroom staff. We're talking about the claim that Mama Jones had already heard the tape, which allegedly revealed that Chrissy had been feeding Cameron information for years. At that point, it went beyond simple personal betrayal to include deep-seated family secrets, financial strategies, and hidden beefs, all of which Jim allegedly continued to defend to the world as the judge entered and the court proceedings began. Chrissy sat rigidly, according to insiders, and the tension was so great that it could be cut with a diamond-encrusted nail file. Jim was not there, allegedly avoiding the cameras. But the second Cameron's tapes were used in court by the prosecution to argue that the attack might have been retaliation for deep personal betrayals. Witnesses say that she stood up, turned to Chrissy, and yelled something inaudible that was thought to include the words, "You home-wrecking traitor." Before slapping her right leg, the judge slammed the gavel. "Chrissy," she said, her face red, her jaw clenched, her eyes wide, as if she had seen the ghost of everything she had been hiding. Then, calmly, she reached into her Birkin and calmly took out what looked like a USB drive. Yes, the plot twist is that while Cameron's tape started the fire, Chrissy arrived prepared with fire of her own, and that USB allegedly contains hours of surveillance footage recordings, and the court was immediately recessed. And security escorted both women out, but the cameras were already rolling and fans outside were screaming. One woman reportedly fainted when she heard Chrissy yell, "You think you're the queen? You built your throne on lies, and that, dear viewer, was just the first 20 minutes. So where does this tangled mess of generational beef, leaked betrayal, and hip-hop family dysfunction? Let's move on to history, because Mama Jones hasn't just hated Chrissy. She has openly been at war with her since the beginning. We're talking about the infamous reality TV moment where Mama Jones called Chrissy a gold-digging opportunist who had no loyalty, as well as the viral Facebook rants and shade-filled Instagram posts. Now that there are real legal stakes involved, that beef has been further heightened by Camron posting again. This time with a video of the message said, "Truth always comes out even when they try to slap it away. Petty, brutal, and straight-up triggering." Chrissy was crying in what appeared to be a hotel room, time-stamped exactly 2 weeks before Jim's son was accused of assaulting him. Fans are now questioning, however, was this all planned? Did Camron release the videos to create a courtroom confrontation? Was the USB merely bait? How long has Mama Jones known that her own son might have been used as a pawn in an ego war? These aren't just questions. An anonymous source close to the family claims that Chrissy was planning to expose Mama Jones for using Jim's name in fraudulent real estate ventures. Another insider claims that Camron and Chrissy had a private deal involving exclusive footage that never aired on VH1 due to legal threats. And remember, that slap wasn't just personal. It may have been premeditated. Remember that surveillance footage that purports to show Mama Jones whispering to her lawyer, clenching something in her hand minutes before the incident? Possibly a printout of the leaked transcript. This isn't just courtroom drama. This is a battle for control of Jim Jones's legacy. And the biggest question that still stands is, where the hell is Jim Jones in all of this? Because Jimmy has been ghost silent, vanished without a tweet appearance, or even public statement defending either side. Some people think he's hiding in Miami and working on a tell-all project about Dipset in order to avoid the fallout. However, he needs to speak up quickly, because this story is getting out of hand. And fans aren't just demanding answers, they're demanding accountability. What began as a courthouse hearing for an assault case has now turned into a full-blown family implosion driven by leaks, lies, and a slap so loud it might reverberate through the upcoming season of every reality show on television. Think it can't get any more chaotic, and then just when you think it can't get any more chaotic, cameras captured Chrissy storming out of the courthouse with her shades off, her cheeks still red, and her PR representative shouting at the paparazzi to move away or catch a case. What's more crazy is that she was grinning, not just a nervous smile, but that smug grin that tells you something is about to drop. And it did less than an hour later. An anonymous Twitter account that is now suspected to be run by one of Chrissy's close associates, allies, leaked some of the security camera footage from that USB, which showed Mama Jones allegedly giving a manila envelope to a known Dipset associate inside a dubious Jersey City warehouse. The video was recorded just 2 days prior to Jim Jones's son's alleged assault on Camron. The worst part is that the associate has a criminal record, a history of intimidation tactics, and wait for it, is thought to have dated Mama Jones in the early 2000s. Now, we're talking about certified street ties. Speculation is rampant. Was the attack truly about protecting Jim Jones's reputation, or was it a planned attack with deeper roots? Chrissy is letting the streets do the talking. Within minutes, several blogs reposted the video, and in each one, there is audio distortion, blurred faces, and enough mystery to lead people to believe it's part of a much larger up. For example, is this a criminal love triangle? A power struggle between a mother and her mistress, with actual legal repercussions? And where is Camron? Cam shared a video of himself riding camels, drinking tea, and laughing at the camera while all of this was happening in Dubai. The caption read, "Let him fight. I'm somewhere peaceful." It's the shade, the timing, and the audacity. Now, let's not forget that his initial leak started this whole firestorm. And now he's halfway across the world watching it burn from a beach. Fans are divided. Some believe he's a brilliant puppet master in control of the entire story. Others have labeled him messy, manipulative, and simply reckless, but even worse. The leaked video from Chrissy's USB wasn't the only thing on that drive. Another clip of audio purportedly showing Jim Jones arguing with Mama Jones about money laundering and threatening my girls surfaced. The voices haven't been verified. But fans are already doing CSI-level voice analysis on TikTok by comparing tones, breathing patterns, and old Love and Hip Hop clips to match up. And the general consensus is that it's Jim now. We're not claiming that this is a RICO case waiting to happen. But we're also not denying that the drama has already attracted Capitol Hill-level attention. There are rumors that VH1 producers are rushing to obtain the rights to the footage, and lawyers are intervening to stop more leaks. It's said that a cease and desist letter was sent to Cameron's camp, but good luck enforcing that while he's in the desert without Wi-Fi. And Mama Jones has gone completely silent. Fans are worried but also suspicious because Instagram posts don't even include selfies. The last time this happened, she was hospitalized for stress after the Dipset reunion tour collapsed. So fans are wondering if she's planning to hide or is just getting ready to countersue Chrissy for defamation. Because, yes, there are rumors that Chrissy may file charges for assault, and if that happens, Mama Jones might wind up in the same courtroom where she slapped the taste out of her future daughter in law, according to a former Dipset bodyguard who spoke out anonymously. The situation is revealing much more than just personal drama. It's revealing a convoluted history of lies, backroom deals, and secrets that have been hidden under designer bags and hip-hop nostalgia. He said that Chrissy was always the go-between for business dealings and dubious favors. She would set up meetings, move envelopes, and handle the feminine persuasion side of things while Jim and Cam were at odds. He even claimed that Jim's son was coerced into the parently. Mama Jones told Cameron, "If you don't take care of this, you aren't really one of us." Phew, that's not just toxic. It's manipulation on the level of an HBO miniseries. And don't think the public isn't taking it all in stride. Street bloggers are breaking down in real time on Instagram and Twitter as if it were a murder trial. One well-known YouTuber even paused his own wedding live stream to jump on this. Even the mainstream media is beginning to take notice after TMZ hinted at a significant development involving a former record label executive stepping in to salvage Jim's reputation. It is said that major brands are reconsidering deals with him until the dust settles because when your name is attached to a courtroom slap, leaked tapes and potential RICO whispers, sponsors start moving. The story said Chrissy brought the receipts, but Mama brought the rage. This isn't just beef, it's war. Ghosting quickly, and let's take a moment to discuss Jim once more, because his silence is getting to be deafening. According to rumors, he has already spoken to both women in private but has not taken a public stand until the legal heat has subsided. His PR team has reportedly advised him to keep quiet, restructure his image, and prepare a healing narrative. Red table talk is incoming. And reports indicate that Jada Pinkett Smith's team has already contacted Chrissy and Jim for a one-time exclusive healing interview. Because what better way to do that? Way to tidy up a mess than sobbing on camera while drinking herbal tea and Jada nodding silently. But will Mama Jones agree? According to very doubtful sources close to her, she is already planning to share her side of the story, but not through a gentle interview. Rather, she is reportedly pitching a documentary called Mother of the Mob, The Truth About Chrissy. The title alone is enough to send every streaming service executive into a bidding war. And Chrissy is already responding after just yesterday when she posted a mysterious Instagram post. There was a black screen with white text that said, "I don't need to explain myself to anyone who made a name off my silence." There was no caption, no tags, just pure energy. The comment section was a flurry of activity, with some fans encouraging her, others pleading with her to release the remaining USB files, and some obviously tearful purists accusing her of destroying a legacy based on brotherhood and loyalty. However, the true legacy is currently being questioned in gyms, because how does a man who helped define Harlem send representative diplomats to the grave? Fight for Chrissy on national television winds up in the midst of the most embarrassing public family disaster hip-hop has witnessed since Kanye and Kris Jenner's leaked texts. The stakes are rising for every hour that goes by, with court hearings being rescheduled, lawyers fighting to suppress the USB evidence, new witnesses allegedly coming forward, and whispers of financial fraud revenge affairs. A second slap. Yes. There are rumors circulating on every gossip forum known to man, but everything is as it was. Just when things were beginning to calm down, another bombshell dropped. A new voice memo purportedly from Camron's camp that was leaked online. This one doesn't just mention Chrissy. It implies that Mama Jones attempted to bribe Camron to prevent the tapes from being made public. She allegedly offered him a piece of real estate in Harlem and hush money, but Camron refused. And that's when the war started. Now, it's not just a family feud. It's a full-fledged political thriller, complete with lace-front wigs and Timberlands. And the next court date is already 2 weeks away. Before the hearing even started, Chrissy's team filed a formal complaint, calling it the hip-hop trial of the year. They accused Mama Jones of intimidation, public character assassination, and emotional terrorism. Yes, that was the exact phrase used on Twitter, and it quickly became a hashtag that was not Mama Jones emotional terrorism. The judge was working hard to prevent the courtroom from devolving into a full-fledged reunion episode. But how can you maintain order when Chrissy is suppressing her tears and Mama Jones is audibly saying she's lucky it was just a slap? Reporters in the room called the atmosphere emotionally volatile. And even the stenographer stopped and requested a 5-minute break. The real twist, however, was when Camron's legal team suddenly entered the chat room and presented what they are referring to as new and extended audio evidence. Apparently, those leaked tapes were just a preview. The court received a full version, unedited and raw, and baby, it wasn't just Chrissy. Fans are calling the industry mole because the tapes show a coordinated attempt to keep Mama Jones out of any future media deals. One quote purportedly stated, "She's old news. We need younger drama." That one line lit a match under the entire Harlem community, and Mama Jones's supporters stood up in protest. Some even booed inside a courtroom, and the judge ordered that half of the crowd be removed immediately. Outside, protesters were already gathering with some holding signs that read, "Respect the OGs." Others were holding in large screenshots of Chrissy allegedly laughing after the slap. Whether or not the image was real didn't matter. It was going viral again, and even mainstream outlets like Baller Alert and The Shade Room were giving them. After minute-by-minute updates, a surprise witness emerged. A former VH1 producer using a pseudonym and voice distortion testified remotely from an undisclosed location, claiming that Chrissy and Mona had been planning to leak edited footage to frame Mama Jones as mentally unstable. The room gasped. The judge had to request another order, and by this point, the bailiff's audience and Twitter were all exhausted. In a twist that even Shonda Rhimes couldn't write, the witness then dropped a bombshell. Chrissy had allegedly offered the prosecution, demanded an immediate break to review the claims, while Jim Jones, who had been keeping his distance, posted a one-line statement on Instagram that read, "I told y'all to stop playing with my mom." The judge went completely pale. Chrissy turned red, and Mama Jones's sister was filing her nails as if she already knew this would come out. The judge also demanded hush. Money from a camera operator? The public had already formed the opinion that Chrissy was a cunning villain and that Mama Jones was now a folk hero. By the third day of hearings, Chrissy stopped appearing at all. Her team claimed medical exhaustion, but insiders say she simply couldn't handle it. Chrissy's lawyers were clearly in a panic, and their entire defense fell apart with every new revelation. They tried to spin the story by claiming the witness wasn't trustworthy, and that the tapes were manipulated when she was escorted by security and ducked under a hoodie. The humiliation cameras captured her leaving the courthouse through a back door. The caption read, "When you play dirty and the dirt comes back to bury you." Meanwhile, Camron released a new freestyle called Slap Season on SoundCloud, which featured actual court audio as the intro, and fans were consuming it. Meanwhile, Mama Jones unveiled a brand new merchandise line overnight. And you guessed it, hoodies and mugs in phone cases that said she was lucky it was just a slap. Within a day, they sold out, but the legal system wasn't done either. After looking over the lengthy tapes, the DA declared that they would launch a separate investigation into VH1's internal operations. At this point, accusations of coercion, mental manipulation, and false narrative scripting were on the table. VH1 released a drab public relations statement about accountability and transparency, but people weren't buying it. Mona Scott, when fans realized that things were serious when she went completely silent, with no tweets, interviews, or even a hi everyone on Instagram. Some even conjectured that she had left the country, and the hashtag #WhereIsMona began trending, with people posting fictitious sightings of her in Cabo, Dubai, and even Antarctica. The fallout was unstoppable, and Mama Jones received offers for podcasts, book deals, and even a Netflix miniseries called Slapgate. There were rumors that Tyler Perry was writing a biopic, and Chrissy was quietly half of the Love and Hip Hop cast unfollowed her, and influencers posted reaction videos to her fall like it was a new Power episode. Meanwhile, Harlem was split, with older people applauding Mama Jones for checking Chrissy and standing up for family honor, while younger crowds argued over whether the slap was too harsh. However, one thing was evident across generations. This wasn't just about a slap. It was about the essence of reality TV. By the end of the week, the courthouse was surrounded by, however, thanks to media vans, drone cameras, and YouTubers live streaming from the sidewalk. One reporter said it felt like the OJ trial had a baby, with a Bet reunion special, and to be honest, they weren't wrong. Then came the final court order, where the judge evaluated all the evidence, including the tapes, witness testimony, and the impact on social media, and declared that a full retrial would be required. This meant that the circus was just getting started. And Mama Jones grinned as Mama Jones left the courthouse. Someone asked her what she thought of the judge's decision. Without faltering, she turned to the camera and said, "I told y'all, next time I won't miss." So, after all this courtroom drama, viral tapes, and public slaps, what do you think? Did Harlem's hero Mama Jones realize it was necessary? Or did Chrissy finally receive the karma she's been avoiding since season 1? And let's not act. That man dropped a bomb that rocked the whole reality TV food chain. So, was it retaliation? Or was he trying to save someone before it's too late? One thing is certain. When a mother slaps her son's fiance in public, it's not just family drama, it's war. And now that it's public, everyone is taking sides. Tell me in the comments, Team Mama Jones or Team Chrissy, who crossed the line and who has been hiding behind PR statements for far too long. This isn't even the season finale, so I thought it was crazy. Subscribe to this video and turn on your notifications because the next controversy is already loading, and I promise you won't want to miss what happens in court.